What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we have sneak peek 2 for the July update. And it's a pretty cool little sneak peek, very similar to what we've seen with this guy right here, but it's pretty much as we expected. And yeah, let's check it out, guys. This is pretty cool, pretty cool. And if you look closely, you'll notice a little something in here. Nice. Really, really cool. You see Jane Foster catch Mjolnir, just like what they did in the movie. I really like the attention to detail that the sneak peek team put in the sneak peeks. I mean, I know it's a short sneak peek, but I really like in the first one, they showed Thor, holding out his hand, trying to get Mjolnir, and then it ended up flying away. And then in this one here, it goes right into Jane Foster's hands, just like what they did in the trailer. So I think that's a nice little touch that Netmarble did. And I want to give them a big shout out for doing that. Now, something that you guys might notice is, and it's right at the very beginning here, is like on this little box, you see tier 3. And I called it in the last video. I said that more than likely Jane Foster is going to get tier 3. They got tier 3 here at the bottom too. That's pretty interesting. So this is already letting us know that she is getting a tier 3, which is really, really awesome. I mean, because we all know that characters don't stand in this game if they don't have a tier 3, if they don't have an awakened skill. And she looks pretty damn awesome, guys. Just like she does in the damn trailers and the movies. She looks great. She looks awesome. In fact, she looks a little bit more on edge, kind of back it up a little bit. I mean, she looks good. She does, right? See some muscle tone in those arms, just like old Natalie Portman, which is nice. I like it. And I'm really, really happy about this. Man, she looks so good, right? This uniform looks awesome. It's gonna be cool seeing her with the cracked Mjolnir. That's really gonna be pretty wild, right? But I am really, really excited for this, because Jane Foster is a character that's been total shite for years. She's never been good in this game. She's never been good for anything in this game. And I have said this repeatedly, and a lot of other YouTubers have said the same thing. We want to see these characters that never got any kind of shine at all get some shine. Actually be good. We want them to be awesome, right? Because, Jane Foster's Thor might be somebody's favorite character out there. And I would like to see every character in this game at least get some shine at some point in this game. What should be a meta? I mean, now we got tier 4s, right? So tier 4s have kind of, I mean, the tier 4 necessarily hasn't done it, but the level 80s has, right? I mean, so far, both of our level 80 characters ended up being ABX metas, right? Iron Man and Moon Knight, right? So it's like, okay, so Jane Foster, she might be good in World Boss, but she's probably not going to be like Thor because he's actually going to have a level 80, right? And that's okay with me because at least she's going to get a tier 3. And later down the road, more than likely, the MCU will do, they'll do another Thor movie and she'll probably be the star role. I mean, it looks like they might be trying to move Chris Hemsworth's Thor out of there and then bringing in Jane. I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, I don't know MCU's plans, but even if that isn't the case, right, and they just do another Thor movie after this one, then she'll probably be in it and maybe they'll give her a tier 4 or something like that. But what can they do for her? Well, just about anything they need to, right? Just about anything, because right now she has nothing. She has no immunity. She has no invincibility. When you play with her, her skills, I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, she's got this little life frame, right? A little means of survivability, right? She shoots the blast, but none of these other skills have any kind of survivability whatsoever. Look at that. Only her fifth skill. Only one skill. It is abysmal, right? And I kind of hope what they do is they do a little team thing where Thor and her, like maybe in her tier 3, Thor and her kind of slam the hammer together. That would be pretty cool. I mean, maybe some people wouldn't like that, but I think that would be awesome, right? To have Chris Hemsworth and her involved in tier 3. Obviously, guys, they could do all the things that we've talked about before. They get her damage accumulation. They could make her good for PvP. That would be pretty interesting, to make it really good for PvP because, I kind of like seeing all these new PvP tunes come in the game, but I want them to be good enough in timeline battle to where, you have nice little counters for characters. And the fact that this girl is a universal, right? The fact that you can do a type enhancement, she's going to have an advantage against all the other characters except for other universals is it could be pretty useful in PvP. Well, it is useful in PvP, and maybe they could give her some ignore iframe, right? That would be pretty cool. Give her a long iframe, ignore iframe. Maybe they could give her invisibility because I mean Mjolnir does have a lot of really cool powers, and they definitely could do something like that. I mean, obviously she's going to be lightning, probably going to be played with a CTB of Judgment, unless she's actually good for PvP. Maybe they'll do something like that, what they did with like Electra, to where she's got ignore iframes. She can be good, like say in AC, but also good in PvE. That's kind of how Electra was set up. She's not really the greatest for timeline. She just dies too easy. And hopefully they don't do that with Jane, but maybe they will. It's hard telling, guys. They could give her a really good leadership. Change this increased lightning resist 50% to increase lightning damage, right? Or make her like some kind of support character, maybe for Thor. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do, or just a self-buffing passive. That would be pretty cool. That can buff up Thor, but also buff up herself. That would be really, really awesome. There's a lot they can do for this character. I just want her to be good, just like I do any character. I just want any character to be good, especially ones that just never were good to begin with. But my worry always, like especially now with the tier fours, is that we'll get her and she'll be good, but she won't be great. Kind of like what they did with Black Widow. I mean, Black Widow's awesome, guys. I play with her every single day, but she's not a meta by any means. She's not great. She's really good, right? And it's kind of the same thing with Elektra. Very good, but not great. And I think that's probably what they're probably going to end up doing with Jane, especially now that we have the tier fours in the game. Or I really should be just saying level 80s, because a lot of players out there really aren't even tier 4 in their characters because they still don't have enough materials, right? They still don't have enough materials to do it because of the bottlenecks in the game. But I digress, guys. I want to get away from the tier 4 subject. Level 80s are good enough for most players. So they don't really worry about the tier fours. They're just trying to save the materials for future tier fours. But I'm really, really excited about Jane. I'm really glad that this character is going to get some love. It's really about time, guys. I mean, honestly, this game is 7 years old. She's never been worth a crap the entire duration of this game. Maybe decent for like early Shadowlands back in the day. But that's about it. So, guys, let me know what you think about Jane Foster getting a tier 3. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.